Hello, everybody. Welcome to Marengo-Union Library with Miss Penny, and we're going to do some Did You Knows about roller coasters. This is very exciting. I was super excited to do this program. It was super fun to do. Super. That's my word for the day. Super. Okay, so we're going to pretend this is our roller coaster car. Not that we need it at the moment, but this is what we're going to pretend. Did you know that if it weren't for Russia, possibly, if it weren't for Russia, we may not have roller coasters. So it started out that roller coasters, it started out in Russia because they have lots of ice and snow, that they built these really tall ice hills and they would just sled down them. And I'm talking tall, like not sled hills like we go down today, like when we're going sledding, like super, super tall. And that's what they went down. And when the snow would go away, they would actually keep those hills built, and they would add wheels to their little cars that they were using. And that kind of started roller coasters. And then it went a little further from there. Then let's see. Did you know that roller coasters can be made of steel and wood? There's wooden and there's steel. Most roller coasters today are built out of steel, but there are wooden ones as well. There is one roller coaster in particular that is still working today that was built in 1902. 1902, everybody. That's over 100 years old, and it still works and is still being used. It is in Pennsylvania, so if you want to see it and use it, travel a little bit, go to Pennsylvania. It's called Leap the Dips. So I thought that was kind of cool. Did you know that the tallest roller coaster is actually called Kingda Ka, and you can find that by traveling to Jackson, New Jersey. So that is located at Six Flags Adventure, and that's the tallest. So if you like roller coasters and you're looking for a thrill, go that way. Okay. Most roller coasters actually do not have engines. Can you believe that? Do you know how roller coasters work? Does anybody know how roller coasters work? Have you ever thought about this, or do you just kind of ride the rides? Yeah, the little cars on the roller coasters don't have engines. So how is it that they can go down that hill and around the loop and then back up and down again? I don't know. You're gonna have to figure that out. There's info in our kit here, or you can check books out. Amazing. Do it. Do it. All right. Something else I found interesting. Did you know that one of the most famous men who engineer roller coaster engineers, one of the most famous roller coaster engineers, his name is Ron Toomer, was actually had really bad motion sickness. So he wouldn't ride rides. He wouldn't ride his rides, like he wouldn't ride them. He could design them, he could build them, but he could not ride them. I just find that interesting. So yeah, he was great though. He was very famous and he built some great roller coasters, but he had motion sickness and he couldn't ride them. Let's see, roller coaster loops are actually not circular. So this might look like a circle, but it's actually not circular. It's not a circle. It's actually kind of like two circles. Put down my little fake roller coaster car. It's like it's not a circle. It's like two circles that overlap. You can't have it in just a circle because all that would do is it would just keep going in a circle, right? So we need it to overlap so that it can get into one circle and then get out the other circle to get to the other side. Does that make sense? Yeah, that's an interesting fact. It's not really a circle. It's kind of like overlapping. All right, let's see, two more. Oh, my scariest part of a roller coaster. The click, 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 click. All that part going up, especially like that first hill when you're going up and it's just like click, click, click. That part was always my biggest fear of roller coaster. Well, not my biggest, but one of my fears of roller coasters. Actually, that is a safety device. So if you hear that and you're feeling that, that's actually a good thing. You shouldn't, you actually, that's a good thing. So I didn't know that then, I know that now. I don't like roller coasters now, but it's good to know. Again, you'll learn that if you look into the kit or into books. All right, last one. There are height restrictions on probably all roller coasters. There are height restrictions, and they're there for a reason. The roller coaster engineers do not put height restrictions on their rides because they don't like short people. No, that is not why. They're there because there are safety reasons. There's safety harnesses on the rides, and you have to be a certain height. You have to be a certain height for that safety harness to fit you properly. If that safety harness doesn't fit you properly, then if there's an emergency of any kind and that harness isn't fitting you properly, then it's not going to protect you properly. So I know it's kind of sad that it doesn't maybe fit you this year, but you might be tall enough next year. So just wait it out, because your life is more important than a roller coaster ride, okay? Pay attention, follow the rules that are posted on each ride, okay? Because they're all there for a reason, all right? That's my Did You Knows. Now let's get to the fun part. So let's get to the building. All right. Now in your kit, you're gonna have all this fun stuff. So these parts right here, my roller coaster pieces, are actually, believe it or not, made out of plain old construction paper. That's it. Crazy, right? So I have these pieces of paper, which are really neat, little templates. And what they are is they show you exactly how to make the curves and exactly how to make the loops and how to make the hills or the straight pieces. So if you use these, if you choose to make a roller coaster that, like that, you'll be able to get through this. I made one just to kind of show you a little bit. So mine's white. It's the same thing as the green paper, but it's on white. I traced it out, or I cut it out, and on yellow paper, just to kind of put it ahead of time. I'm going to use some tape here. So you're going to maybe want some tape, all right? You're going to decide how you want this to be. This is a piece for either a hill. This is going to be a hill or a straight piece or a loop, okay? You decide. And when you decide, you need to decide exactly where you're going to put it and how it has to be angled before you start your taping. So if you want it to go here and you want it to be angled like this, you see that? Then that's how you want to start taping that, okay? You're just going to take your tape and you're going to put the two pieces together. I've already started this one, so this one's already together. Now I decided to angle it this way, so this one's already together. We're going to angle it down a little bit more, and sometimes it might even be helpful to have a second person helping, holding on to it for you. Sometimes you can do it on your own, and sometimes you just need a little help. So I kind of angled it. You see how it kind of looks like a hill now? You're going to want to do the same exact thing on this side to make it the same, and then you're kind of making your track, okay? That's all that is to that. I know I make it sound easy. It is once you get the hang of it, I promise. So your kit's going to have construction paper. You're going to have some paper plates in case you'd rather use paper plates. There are so many different ways to make roller coasters, and you can use any of it. And you can use stuff that you have at home that maybe I didn't put in your kit. You'll have some paper towel rolls. You'll have a roll of duct tape because you can see that came in handy. All right. Here are some really, I read so much about roller coasters, and then I summed it up into just a couple of pages for you. So there's not even that much to read, and I would like to think that I made it interesting for you. So just look through it, see what kind of interesting stuff there is to learn about how roller coasters work, okay? Last page, just a few extra interesting pictures of different types of DIY roller coasters that you can make. That's the one I did, but there's different kinds, and you could even make something different. You could, if you had pool noodles, you could probably make something out of a pool noodle. That'd be pretty neat too. All right, there is going to be this neat thing, so you can be a roller coaster designer, which is what you're about to be. Oh, and then there'll be this paper also to help you on making the loops and curves if that's what you choose to make, okay? All right, so now we have all that out of the way. This coaster took me hours, okay? This was not something that I just threw together. I mean, I did, but it took me hours. Oh my goodness, it was so fun. And then it was frustrating. And that was fun. And then it was frustrating. And then it was fun. And then I figured it out and I was like, yay, I did it. It was so frustrating because I chose to make this loop and I was determined to make the loop work. And let me just tell you, getting a loop to work, not the easiest, but I was determined and I did it. And so if you don't want to use a loop, don't use a loop. If you want to just do hills, or if you want to just use paper plates, or if you want to just use paper, the toilet paper tubes, or if you have other materials at home that you think would work differently, do what you want to do because this is your roller coaster. If you just want to make it a straight line down, it's your roller coaster. What I would love is if you guys would show me pictures or videos, whichever one is easier or whichever one you would choose to do. If you don't want to be in the film or in the picture, totally fine, but I would love to see all the different types of coasters that you guys come up with because there's so many different kinds and everybody's is going to be different. And I can't wait to see all the different ones you come up with. You're going to have these little tiny rubber bouncy balls in your kit. These are what we're using. Instead of marbles, I chose these. Be really careful if you have littler siblings or animals that maybe they don't eat them, okay? Just wanted you to be aware of that. And now I'm going to show you my roller coaster. So here it goes. And yes. Also want you to be aware at the very end, if you notice, it kind of goes up here. The reason is because, and you'll see this is if you're really reading, at the end, you have to figure out a way to have your coaster, your train, slow down. Because there's no engine, there's no way for it to stop, there's not brakes, there's not somebody driving it. So somehow it needs to stop at the end. I chose just to kind of have it go up so it stops. So it made it. It went around my loop. Did you kind of see it? All right, I'm going to try and just move the camera a little bit here. Sorry for being in the picture the way I am. I just want you to kind of see. I want you to see it go around the loop if we can. Just a little. All right. Are you ready? Here it goes. All right. So I kind of showed you from that angle. I'm going to show you from one more angle. Here we go. Trying to see what's the best angle. Just so you can see the ball actually going. All right. Let's try this angle. Are you ready? Last time. Here it comes. Yes. Here. And you can see the ball at the end. There it is. So I had so much fun putting this together. I can't even tell you. And I was so excited when I finally got it to work. When I first did it, the loop, it would work 2 out of 10 times, let's just say. And I could not figure out why. And so when I figured it out in the end, I was super, super happy. And I'm not going to tell you how I figured it out because physics. I want you guys to try and figure out, why do you think that maybe it didn't work for me? I don't know. You'll figure it out when you're doing your own. Or if you really want to know, you could come in and ask me because I'll be here. So you guys have so much fun doing your coasters, and please send us pictures of yours because I am so excited to see all the different ones that you make. Okay, have fun doing this because it really is fun. Also, keep in mind when I was doing mine and I was getting frustrated a little bit, it was fine. I kept working on it. Like I said, it took me many hours. At one point I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take a break, and so I did. I took a break and I actually came back the next day to finish it because I had to take a brain break and I just had to think. And then I came back the next day and I figured it out. So that's something to think about too. If you're really having a tough time, you don't have to do it all in one sitting. Take some breaks because you might need them. Watch roller coaster videos, or, if you're checking out books, look into the books. I'm sure you'll figure it out because everything can be figured out, right? Ask other people. Maybe somebody can help you figure it out. Sometimes two heads are better than one. All right, you guys have so much fun doing this because I know I did. I'll see you guys later.